Every time when I look at someone who is doing better than me, I ask myself, why am I so behind? Then I would start feeling uneasy, and I would feel this churning in my stomach, in my stomach, and I feel empty. I feel depressed, and then I feel abandoned. I would have this like immense guilt in my heart, um, the guilt of letting myself down. I would question myself, why couldn't I do better? Why couldn't I work harder? Why couldn't I start earlier? Earn more. Why couldn't I be like them, the people I envy? What? Just why am I so behind? Then I would try my best to take a step back, and I'll try to take a deep breath, and then I would ask myself, why am I comparing my own chapter 2 to other people's finale? Hello, hi, I'm a 25-year-old software engineer out here in Illinois, making 80K in salary, and I hope, my net worth is 70K ish, and I hope to be free, financially free around 30. And I started this channel in the hopes of, giving my thoughts, sharing my personal struggles, and finding people I can relate with, and hoping we can both come together and create a place where we can both be better, heal, and, hopefully become richer in the future. You know, uh, all this negative thought, in my opinion, starts with the feeling of being envious. Being envy, being feeling envy and feeling envious of people that either has something that we don't possess or have something more of what we don't have currently. This could be like a talent for like a sport, an angelic singing voice, even a loving family, a working body, like it could even be money. No, me personally, money is what I usually envy. Money, family support, and heck, even my talent in coding, I envy others. There's obviously billions of other things I envy, but these are the three core things that I envy currently, and it's been bothering me a lot. You know, um, I've always wanted to be rich. I envy the rich. I envy other people's salaries and how much. And I always wondered to myself how much easier my life would be if I just had more money. You know, um, I envy my friends loving and supporting families, that actually cares about their son's life. They actually call and not always yell at them. They would give advice, listen, support his goals, help him out when he's in trouble. I don't get that luxury, unfortunately, and I also envy my peers who are so much better at coding than I am. I feel like a fraud in front of them. My coding skills are not that amazing, in my own opinion. And I envy and I envy and I envy some more, and it's just an endless cycle of envying, and an endless cycle of wanting something that is just out of reach. We soon come to realize that just being envious won't get you anywhere, and you would understand that some things in life, no matter how much you work on it, it just won't be yours. Um, and no matter what you do, you just won't ever get it. Like, say, I know this sounds bad, but if you don't have an arm, you're not gonna be able to build your biceps. This is just a random example out there, but that's what I mean. No, that's normal. That's okay. It's coming to terms with reality, and it's healthier to understand that sooner than later. And I believe it's the more achievable goals that torment all of us. You realize that being envious just isn't enough, and you realize that what they have can actually be yours, and all it requires is for you to put in the work and effort. So, you go out there, do your research, and you actually start your journey towards that goal. You follow the same steps that everybody took to get where they were, and at least that's what they're told, and they give you the steps and you follow everything. You're doing everything right, but you check your results, and it's just disappointing. You're not there. Um, uh, I like for me, I followed every advice out there, and uh money advice out there. And I took all the steps to become financially free. And I made an emergency fund, made an investment account, and no matter what I do, I just feel like I'm not quite there yet. Everything I'm doing, it doesn't seem like I'm producing any results, and everything I'm doing seems almost meaningless because I'm actually. It doesn't feel like I'm doing more. It feels like I'm not earning more than I should have, you know? And I feel like I'm trapped. I'm still trapped in this working system, this 9 to 5, and I would always start to doubt, and I would always start to doubt like everything I'm doing is just wrong, and I compare my current self to the people that is already rich, in my opinion. But you have to realize, you're being very impatient. You don't realize, you got to put yourself in their shoes. Everybody has gone through the same steps that you're currently going through, and you everybody posts, like, say, on social media, the results, how rich they are, how glamorous they are, the vacations. But you don't know the background. You don't know what how many hours they put into grinding. Like for example, my friends that are better at coding than I am. Well, one, besides their natural talent, they probably put in thousands and thousands of hours into practicing. I'm probably lazy and I didn't put in as much hours, as serious as they took it. That's why maybe I suck at coding. You know. Um. I've come to the realization of just how childishly impatient I am, and uh, I I I'm very unwilling to wait even just a little. I've come to the realization, I unconsciously just want instant gratification. I'm unconsciously chasing that instant high, that instant result, and if I don't get it right away, I would just begin to torment myself. I begin to doubt my abilities. I would start blaming my circumstances, my terrible judgment skills, or my horrible, horrible decision making. All that sorts of stuff. And you just gotta realize, everyone's on the same path. That's trying to achieve that goal. Everyone has gone through the same path, and uh, you're not alone. You're not behind, and to achieve something requires time. A saying goes, a tree doesn't grow in one day, and it certainly won't grow if you stop watering it. So you may not see the progress right now, but in the background, you're slowly getting closer to your goal. Uh, the more you water the tree, the more the roots grow for a tree, and then the bigger the roots, the bigger the tree will grow eventually. You know, I you know I know I won't be rich anytime soon, but when I check my accounts, uh, and I do the little maths, I know it's growing just a little bit, but it's growing nonetheless, and I'm very grateful to see that. You know, Understand that there may be thousands of people, ahead of you already currently, thousands of thousands. Um, but you're also ahead of thousands of thousands of thousands of people that hasn't even managed to take their first step. And good for you. Good for you for being ahead. And what you have accomplished isn't meaningless, You should be respected for, being able to take that first step and being so far ahead of everyone that hasn't. Yes, you are behind some people that took the steps before you, but you are also so much way ahead than people that has not even started. So, the next time you feel behind, just know you should not compare yourself to others. Uh, some are way further ahead in their chapters in life than you. Some people has already gone through all those hurdles that you have not that experience or currently experiencing. You know, you may have started later, but that's not something you can change. Um, Understand that, because you started today, you are ahead of all the people that hasn't. And one day, they will be the one that'll be envious of you. So, next time when you have all these thoughts running through your head on why you're feeling so behind, just take a deep breath and then tell yourself you're already ahead. And then smile and look forward to the day you achieve your goals and then people becoming envious of you. Alright guys, you guys made it to the end of the video. Thank you for watching. I hope my advice helped you guys a little bit. Obviously I'm still struggling on this, so this is an advice to myself also. So yeah, if this helped out, leave a like, leave a comment, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you. Hey, stop.